bought this car brand new from a special order from a dealer back in Melbourne, Florida, back in 1967. So I grew up with this car at home as a kid. From there, when I turned 18 in 1980, I bought it from my parents for $300. It's my first car I've ever owned. It's a wonderful car. It's a passion, and it's definitely a family heirloom for us. Like in 1980 when I bought it from them, spent some time with Dad rebuilding it and got it running, drove it through college. I finished restoring it in 04 and 05. I actually sent it back to my parents for 4 years while I moved overseas for a while. They enjoyed it again a second time in their life, took care of it for me, and then I brought it back here in 09. Saab Sonett II. My favorite thing, simple enough about this car, in fact, it's a two-stroke. There's no doubt about it. I love the sound, I love the smell of it. That's the part I enjoy the most, and the looks it gets. Fair enough. Two-stroke, three-cylinder, 850cc engine, pushing about 70 horsepower. It comes with 4-speed on the column. In that year, Saab put a oil pump onto the block, so I don't have to mix the oil and gas. It's automatically mixed for me, which is very convenient. Otherwise, it's got a great ring to it that most people enjoy. If you're unfamiliar with Saab Sonnets back in the day, this is a fully fiberglassed body shell, and it comes with the I'll call the flip-up hood. The whole engine compartment hood flips forward nicely out of the way to easily work on the big two-stroke, three-cylinder engine. Not that you can't grab that by your hands and put it on your countertop and work on it, but it's very convenient to have the flip hood. Otherwise, it's 2 doors, a trunk lid, and then really just a single chassis from the cowl forward, or cowl all the way back to the back. It does have a standard roll cage in it, a part of stock, and the other part of the Saab Sonett 2 strokes through 67 was the bubble window in the rear as well. Very unique to those years. Once you get your hands in the car, if you've spent the time taking the car apart and putting it back together, I think there's a pride there that you have a lot more appreciation for what's gone into the car. You take better care of it. You baby it. My wife used to complain that every time I drove my two-stroke, bring it home, it would get the wash. It would go back in the garage. It would get covered back up, just like an important part of the family. And I would never wash her car. It wouldn't get attention. The other cars probably wouldn't get attention like this one gets, and rightfully so. It deserves the attention it's getting. I like the bug-eye type headlights. I love the curves in the car. I love the headlights sticking out, and find myself pretty unique. I don't ever see myself sitting in a common American muscle car. It's not what I grew up with. I don't see myself driving a common Beamer or any of those kind of cars. I'm not much for that. I like the unusual. I like the oddity of it. I like being in a rare group, and that's important to me. It's just part of my passion. I look for the odd stuff. But two-stroke, again, any day of the week, if I could drive that every day, I would.